Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown, and it's the NFL preseason and college football playoff edition. We back for another episode. I'm here with Pop. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. Glad to be back with the people like always.
Yeah, sir. How you feeling, bro? Well, certified to be back with us soon, man. He on the road. Safe travels to my brother, man. While what I'm saying, he on that highway getting back to the crib. Uh, yeah, last week we left off. We was talking about the college football playoff. We was talking about a little camp. Since then, it's been a few preseason games that happened. My team played last night against the Ravens. I think we had a nice showing for some of our young guys, man. I think Quinyon Mitchell had a good showing. He was able to, get some opportunities out there. Um, I think it was nice to see, man. It was nice to see some of the guys kind of fit into the scheme last night. I don't know, Pop. Have you when do you play your first preseason game, or have you already played?
No, we don't play yet. I think we play tomorrow. I believe we're the Sunday night game tomorrow.
Um, but Johnny Wilson, like we was talking about him last week, man. I was telling you how he was looking. Last night he
Mhm.
looked pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, and he had a couple pancakes. I was like, oh man. But through that, I brought up my game. Not really to talk about us, but I really wanted to say, get well soon to Nate Wiggins, man. He gonna be out for the season. You never want to see a young man's career start off like that. In his
Yeah,
first
man.
preseason game to go down with a season-ending injury, but um, hope he get well soon, man.
Yeah, man. It's tough to see, especially for these young guys who I know were anticipating having their first showing, and it's tough to see them go down like that. So prayers to him and hope he heals well.
Yeah. Search you there?
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, but I was a little intrigued with a few things though. With a few things I've seen from like today. I've been watching the Commanders game while we've been sitting here. They looked pretty crispy on that first drive, man. They first, I know it's the preseason or whatever. They look
Mhm.
crispy. Um, who else played the other day? I seen another game that
I watched
Texans.
um I watched the Falcons game
How was it?
and it was pretty good. Michael Penix, he played pretty well for the series that he had. Played pretty well. He had a nice touch to the ball. That deep ball he have is pretty nice. He was a little high on some of his throws and so touch and the little accuracy things he could work on, but he overall it was a pretty nice showing and there was a wide receiver for the Falcons. I can't remember his name off the top. I think he was wearing number 84 for him. He was flashing during the game too. So that's a player that could probably be a special teams guy for him, wide receiver four, if he cracked the roster. Um, I'll have to look his name up a little later, but yeah, they look pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. Dolphins had a couple players like their running back Jalen Wright. I see why they chose him. He quick. He hits the gap really well. He's part of that speed that they're trying to have on the offensive side of the ball for the Dolphins, and I think he'll fit really well behind Raheem Mostert and David A Chain. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if I'm
Devon
saying
A Chain. Yeah,
Devon,
you right.
yeah, like I think he'll fit really well with that rotation of running backs that they have out there. And they had a tight end that flashed for me. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but for the Dolphins, but he looked pretty nice, solid, big, was able to have those contested catches in the game. So overall it was pretty decent showing within that game for me. I think it was nice, and we didn't really get to see a lot because it's the preseason, but from some of the players that I did watching that game, it's like okay, I could see them potentially fighting for roster spots, be it special teams or adding more depth at certain positions.
Certify, you there? Okay. I'm just trying to see. I watched a little bit of the Texans Steelers last night. I think that was a pretty good showing by them. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I was trying to watch my team too, but that was an interesting showing. I didn't like what I seen from the Steelers offensive line. I also didn't like what I seen from Justin Fields, but I think I do think that was the secondary line. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to give it another look once they get the opportunity to see everything. Um, but the two fumbles though, he got to work on some of that ball security, man. I know it's the preseason, but fumbling the ball 2 times in the preseason game just doesn't vow well for him right now. You trying to win the starting spot, you need your opportunities, to be capitalized on.
Not only that, you need to showcase that the narrative that's running around about you in the league is not it. You got to prove those naysayers wrong. And I don't think I didn't get to watch that game. I watched some clips and stuff like that about just of Justin Fields, and it's like you got to do a little better if you want the narrative that's surrounding your name to change.
Facts. You dead on with that, Pop. Like, you trying to get another opportunity. You trying to be a starter in this league. You trying to get a contract. Um, you got to change all the narratives right now because at this moment, people ain't knocking at your door trying to give you a contract and trying to get you signed to their 53-man roster. You only got a few opportunities left before either people relegate you to a gadget player or a backup.
Yeah, and you got to fight for it. That's what I say. Like the preseason, it may not be much, but you're fighting for your place on a team, and you want to make sure that when you get whatever opportunities you have, you make the most of them. And I don't think the game that he had helped, but maybe in the next preseason game, he'll be able to have a better showing.
You're right. I think he should have a better showing in the next opportunity that he gets. Because you don't want, you don't want to come in and just get that spot away. You know, you fighting for your spot. You believe you a talent in the NFL. You want to get out there and show it. Every Sunday, sitting on the bench and groveling right now. I know all you could do is get better. So hopefully, he'll get another opportunity in this next game that they got coming up next weekend. He'll do a little better and you'll see a little bit more improve. Maybe he was nervous. You never know what it was for him, but I'm hoping he can come out and put some of that behind him and put his best foot forward.
For sure. And I want to quickly touch on the Patriots and Panthers game. That was the preseason game uh, that I watched. I think that was on Thursday. And
Thursday, yep, yep.
yeah, and for the Patriots, you could tell that they're still trying to figure out the quarterback position. Clearly, they have Jacoby Brissett as the presumed starter right now. Drake May had a couple series, didn't really do much, but showed a little bit. And then you had Zappy, who got a little bit of time as well. And we saw what Zappy was last year when they had the rotation of him and Mac Jones, and he showed a little bit of improvement. But the players I really want to talk about is the rookie wide receivers that New England has. Jalen, I believe it's Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. They really flashed for me. They had some good catches. I saw how they were running their routes. They looked pretty good. And a player that I think showed more improvement for them was Butte. Keyshawn Butte. He
Keyshawn, yeah, he did look
yeah
good. He did look
yeah
better.
he had I believe it was a 20 plus yard catch to get him to the goal within the 5 to get him to the goal line. He did have a drop or two, but he looked really nice. And I think that's a player that if he can show more improvement, he can solidify a position for himself within the starting lineup.
Um, I didn't watch the whole game. I did watch a little bit of that game though, and Keyshawn did really kind of pop out because like listening to the narrative, he kind of wasn't living up to expectations or whatever. But he looked like he was kind of, putting a little his best foot forward out there in that game. I can't lie. I hope he can show some improvement and get some playing time this year, and actually be able to do some things for that team. I know it was 3-17, but it still was a decent game.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
what did you think of Jennings, the, the running back for the Patriots? I think it was.
He looked nice. Um, he looked nice. Was able to make at sometimes was able to create running lanes for himself. Um, really showed out. I think that running back two position is there's a battle that's going on right there, and because I think they have JJ Taylor also the Patriots. So I think right now there's a battle for the running back two behind Ramondre Stevens, who when he had his time, he showed what type of running back he is, and he flashed, and so yeah, I think there's some battles that's going on. And just to quickly touch back on Butte, this Patriots team, it's not like there's like solidified starters at the wide receiver position. So if Butte can show improve, he could be within that starting three wide receiver rotation, even the fourth wide receiver on that team. I don't think it's gonna be that difficult to earn your spot if you've proven um yourself to the coaches.
Right. I mean, he had, I think he led them in receiving and everything, if I'm not mistaken. Did he
Mhm.
had like 50 yards, 60 yards,
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, and I think that was great. I think that was great building block for him going into the year. I think that was a great start for
Sir, you there? Sir,
Yeah, I'm here, man.
oh, okay. I didn't know if you were still surviving or not. I didn't know if you were still surviving or not.
him.
Man. So I just saw the little thing, when you're on the highway and it says like 3 lanes closed and shit on 85. So I'm just sitting here, dog. Finally got reception.
Your game ain't till tonight, right?
7, yeah.
Okay. What you looking for tonight, man? I mean, I know it ain't much to look.
Um, Nothing really, to be honest with you. I mean, I just don't, you know, uh, I feel like if your team is a contender, uh, your rookies probably aren't going to play. So you're going to, I mean, I'll watch because it's the logo and the emblem, but I'm not looking for anybody in particular. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I'm not even trying to be funny or take no shots. I feel like preseason and training camp is for up and coming teams. You know what I'm saying? Like Jets fans or Packers fans. You know what I'm saying? Because they're excited about the potential. I already know what my team's potential is. I don't want my starters playing in the preseason at all. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I,
Nah,
I think I believe that right there. What you're saying for sure.
yeah, I
I believe
agree
that.
with that take that he has,
Yeah.
and it's also when you have reshuffling of at certain positions, like certain fan bases want to see what that looks like, what that new look is, be it a coordinator or additional players added to the team. You just want to see a little some before the season kicks off.
Yeah. I'm more interested in seeing the highly touted rookies that got drafted. You know, so I want to see Caleb. I want to see Penix. Penix look good, man.
Ooh, I'm mad. I'm mad. He looked
Listen,
that
man.
good. I'm
Listen,
so
man. And niggas,
man.
a lot of niggas. If this goes the way I said it, I think it will. A lot of niggas gonna owe me an apology. I was like, I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. I didn't say football player. I think Caleb would probably be the best football player. But and who else? I would definitely want to see. I kind of want to see JJ, but they already named Donald as the starter. So I don't know if that's like mind games to push him or see how he gonna respond. You know, but
He
if he
playing
does
today
play,
though. They say he playing the
okay.
second half today.
All right, I definitely want to see that too, and Daniels, of course.
Yeah, I'm catching some clips
Well,
again.
well, I
He's
just watched
looking
Jaden
nice.
Daniels. He done for the day. He only had one drive. I think he went 2 for 2, and one rushing touchdown.
Hmm. So was it a what am I trying to say? Design
Was it
run
a
or
yeah design run RPO?
okay. Oh shit,
RPO.
how long was it? The post
It was
the
only
the run.
like 4 yards. 4 yards, about 4
Okay,
yards.
okay, all right.
I don't think they wanted to put him in any harm's way.
That was
But the
crazy.
first play was like a 40 yard bomb though. 30, 40 yard bomb.
Oh yeah, he connected.
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
Not
Oh, okay.
cornerback draped on the receiver. He put it what his receiver only could get it. It was a good throw. I give him that.
What?
Mm,
Oh
mm.
boy, here we go.
That was a good throw. It was definitely a good throw.
Uh,
Listen, I'ma just say
about to hear
this,
these niggas mouth.
bro, sir.
Oh my
Like,
god,
listen,
these niggas.
I ain't really combated none of the narrative talk I've heard about JD5 because it's like I saw what he did and I know what he can do. Now, is there growth he needs to do? Of course. I think all rookie quarterbacks coming into the league, there's growth for them. But some of the talk I heard about him, I was just like, I think he can show y'all better than he can tell y'all. Like, there's nothing I can say to disprove what your opinion is, but I think his play within itself is gonna shut up a lot of this chatter that I've been hearing about his
Mm,
name.
I don't know why they. I don't know. I think he a good. I think he a good quarterback. My only problem is just protection. Like, just make sure you're
yeah.
getting down. You're not taking those hits you was taking in college. I mean, I understand you fighting for the extra yard. But right now, you know what I'm saying, you somebody franchise. I mean, in college, you
Hmm
4 years and gone. Here, they trying to keep you for 10 plus. Like, just protect yourself so you can, you know what I'm saying, you can be fruitful in your career. That's
But
my only knock because I watched them a lot of times where I'm like, even me being a Florida State fan when they played us, I'm like, slide. He just went into the pack. I'm like, oh my god, bro,
nah,
you can't
bro.
get killed like
I think it's what our second game. It was our second game. The protection was there. Y'all, the back end of y'all defense had the receivers covered, and he tries to run through a gap, but he doesn't see the linebacker that's coming and get popped. I was just like, bruh, just go down.
Yeah, but to me, I mean, he a good player. I don't know what people be saying about him or whatever. You know, where they get
He
the
can't throw
narrative that
in the
he not.
middle. He can't throw in the middle. He avoids the middle of the field. Um, the touch is not there. His accuracy is off. Um, he's more of an intermediary passer, and he looks to run and not run. He looks to run to create. He doesn't look to run to create plays. Like you're running around to throw the ball downfield type stuff. So that's some of the narrative that I've heard about him so far. But I mean, it is what it is. I
Uh,
think he'll be I think with specifically the system that I think the commanders are running, I think he fits that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be sadly mistaken. Hey, Pop, I know you were saying you played tomorrow. You played tonight too at
I
8.
played tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
8 p.m. And you the last game of the night too, so everybody be watching your
Mm,
game. You the last game of the
yeah.
night. That's the
We played a
nightcap right
card.
there.
We played the
Cardinals,
Cardinals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for some things in that game
A
too.
lot of games on today for sure.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to get most of them in today. I think there's a couple games tomorrow.
Yes, 2 games tomorrow: Broncos, Colts, Cowboys, Rams. Everything
Yeah.
else today. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is almost a Sunday schedule today.
Facts.
Bears and Bills about to come on. Raiders, Vikings, Packers, Browns, Bucks, Bengals, Chiefs, Jags. Shout out to Caleb. He going to that game. 49ers, Titans, Seahawks, Chargers, and Saints and Cardinals.
Ooh, I want to check that Chargers game out too.
Yeah, I think that
I've
game gonna
been
be interesting.
Yeah, because I want to see what those wide receivers gonna be. I want to see what's that wide receiver? I want to see Brendan Rice for them. I want to see the linebacker that they got, Junior Colston. I want to see him.
Oh yeah, I forgot they
Uh,
got Junior.
I want to see who pops out at the tight end position for him. I also want to see who gonna become that starting running back over there as well. Like, there's a couple questions I have about that team. I want to see, um, specifically like the running back, linebacker, running back position, and tight end. Like, those positions, I think are still up for grabs.
Yeah, they got some holes to fill. I definitely might tune into that one with you, Pop. I got some questions I want to see if they got some talent in some areas. I think to me the biggest area of need for them right now is probably wide receiver because that dude they drafted last year still don't look good.
Bro, it from what I've seen and what I've been hearing, like, I don't even know if he's gonna be a starter for them.
He's steady
Like
going
that.
down the list with them drops and can't man that man can't catch a cold.
Yeah, you got what? You got DJ Chark, that wide receiver they got out of Georgia, whose name is slipping my mind right now. Um, you got Brendan Rice, you got Joshua Palmer over there. Like, there's some guys I'm hearing good talk about, and Quentin Johnson, like, yeah, bro, he just keeps sliding and sliding down. And to me, this is gonna be his prove it year. Cause I don't, especially with a new regime over there with the Chargers, I don't think they're gonna have much patience for him.
Nah, I mean, listen, that's the one thing about the NFL that's kind of cruel and unfair to the player, but you got to live with it a little bit. Like, if I didn't draft you, I don't have to hitch my wagon to you, good brother. I have
Mm-hmm.
no reason to hitch my wagon or my career to you. If you're not my guy and you not working out, and I got a guy here that I brought in and I feel is putting more effort and looking better on the field than you, then I'm gonna put my guy in because that's the guy that I hitched my wagon to. I brought him in, said he was gonna be successful. Somebody else drafted you. Somebody else put you on this team. Somebody else wanted you on this roster. You, it don't mean that much to me because I am the organization trying to rebuild something for, you know what I'm saying, to keep my legacy going. If you're not helping me, you can go.
Facts, and it could be an undrafted free agent that takes your spot because they getting that opportunity and they hungry and they can show out and flash out and move you even further down the list. So a lot of guys that, like, even like, you're fighting for your position. That's the thing. Every offseason, if you ain't a bona fide starter, you are fighting every game, every play that you get, you are fighting to maintain your position. And I just I just don't see it for Quentin Johnson's longevity with the Chargers at the moment.
Uh, I think I think tonight, if he is playing, I think tonight is crucial for him, bro. Like that first game
Mm-hmm.
is kind of crucial. I think he need to have a few good catches. I mean, he need to flash a little bit. Being not seen tonight is not a good thing.
Yeah, because it shows that you're not a player that they're looking to kind of fill that hole. Like if you play in the latter two games, which I think are okay, who are going to be squad players, who are players that are going to be on our special teams, who are players that are going to be backups at certain positions, like that might be what you're playing as a plan for is to be a backup wide receiver if a receiver get injured because I'm just saying right now, it doesn't even look like he's gonna be wide receiver four on that team, and that's not a good thing, especially with the lack of talent that they have. Like, yeah, you have some rookies, but like, what are these rookies really gonna bring? So
He do got an opportunity though. You know what I mean? I think the one thing is he do got an opportunity being a first round pick. Obviously, uh, highly talented first round pick should have been able to come in and show some effort. I mean, if he can show up, he can always get back in the rotation. But right now, your stock is falling. You got to figure out a way to climb out of the depths. I
yeah,
know,
for
Pop. You
sure.
probably looking at a little bit of your offensive line tonight, right?
Oh boy, that left tackle or right tackle position has me worried, bro. Especially with Penny. It ain't been good talk throughout camp. And they tried him at right tackle and it was like a turnstile. It was not a good it has not been a good showing for him. And I think this is his final year to show improve. Like he's what they expected him to be when he got drafted, and I just need to see what my offensive line is going to be. I don't know if they're going to kick somebody out that's at a guard position that has tackle experience out to solidify that. But right now, I just don't know who's going to be my left or right tackle, and I'm worried if Penny is going to be my right tackle because it's just not good. I'm also looking at like I know Spencer Rattler. I think he's going to start the game for us. So and he's been having a good showing. I just want to see what it, you know what his talents are. I watched him a little bit at South Carolina and Oklahoma. He has some traits that I like, and I just want to see what he puts out there today. But I'm really interested in who is going to become the wide receiver three and wide receiver four on my team. I'm also interested who's going to become the solidified tight end one um outside of Tyson Hill because he's like our gadget player. So I need to see who's gonna be tight end one, and so I'm looking forward to seeing Bud Means. I'm looking to see A.T. Perry, who we drafted out of Central Florida last year. So I'm just looking to see who's gonna show up to be wide receiver three, wide receiver four, because I already know our starters are Olave and Shaheed. So who else is putting their name out there? And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also looking for the running back position because outside of AK, I don't know who's running back too. Kendra Miller got hurt, and he's not like the coaching staff ain't really fond of him at the moment. So need to see that. Jamal Williams didn't really have a great showing with us last year. So I need to see who solidifies that running back two position for us. Yeah, there's a lot of questions I have on the offensive side of the ball. And hopefully this preseason game gives me a little bit of light to see where the team is leaning to or where the player like what players are gonna flash out and show up.
I think receiver wise though, I think you got a lot of options, man. I was looking at a little bit of a breakdown yesterday, and they was naming like all your receiver options. I was like, dang, I didn't know they had so many options over there. A lot. Listening to the narrative is like, oh, Michael Thomas gone, oh, they down to just Chris Olave, and I'm like, but they got Rashid Shaheed, like they got some guys that can put the burners on. I think if you can, maybe do it by committee if necessary at the wide receiver 3 position with the two solidified guys y'all got at 1 and 2. I mean, I think y'all in a good situation if Derek Carr show up. I think as much as people want to say the NFC South might be hand and fold somebody else to take, I think y'all still got a shot. I gotta look at this. I was looking at.
I definitely agree. And let's be honest, we've been living without Michael Thomas for quite some time. And I think now we've addressed over the last 2 to 3 years, we've addressed the wide receiver position, which was very poor. It wasn't a good room, and we do have a lot of options. They signed some guys they picked up during free agency. So there's a lot of options for them to go, and I just need to see what positions are solidified. Because like I said, I think wide receiver 3 and wide receiver 4, there's nobody solidified at that position. It's up for
I like
grabs.
I like Bud. I like Bud Means to step into one of those roles though.
I do too, but there's a guy named Mike Tippin who's been flashing for us. He's the one that I've been seeing a lot of chatter about. So I just want to see because I like Bud Means. I like what he had limited production at Pitt, but from what he had, I like his size. I like his ability to get off the line. I like the fact that he can make those contested catches. And he's like that big body that we don't have currently on the roster that I believe is a place where that loss of Michael Thomas will be felt. So you know, if he can show out, I like it. I like the options
What's
that
up
are
with the dude
available.
with the crazy name, Saint Brown? I can't say his first.
Equimius St. Brown.
Yeah, yeah, him. Somebody was telling me he's supposed to
Ain't
have a
really.
breakout season. As far as like maybe a special teamers guy, returner guy, or something.
I mean, that's possible. Um, I ain't really heard much talk about him. I'm just being honest. From all the reporters I follow that cover the team, ain't really seen a lot of talk about him. Uh, so I, I don't know. We'll see. Um, because I think they want to have options back there, especially with the kickoff and return game. I think they'll want to protect Rashid Shaheed because um, he's a valuable player for us. He's our
Facts.
speed guy. He's our deep threat guy on the team. So I think they would want to have some options to um, give him some rest from doing returns and stuff like that. Not saying that he won't do them. I'm just saying, give him a little rest or something.
Do you know? Do you know if how much, if at all, how many of your starters will be playing on either side of the ball?
I will have to look that up, but I do know some starters are playing. I think Derek Carr is going to play a series. AK might play a series. I think our, I think most of our defensive starters are going to play a series. Um,
We were supposed to
yeah,
play last night, but my head coach made an executive decision with the rain to cut it out, and then the rain stopped before the game started.
yeah. So I think they'll play a series. I don't think they'll play a good portion of the game. But yeah, I think the offense will
I want
play
to see
like a
your
series
backup
system.
quarterback, anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
So
see you Spence, anyways, man.
yeah, I heard that
How
Spence
has
gonna
he been though?
start.
I
He's
mean,
been good when he's been doing work with the threes. He's been really showing out in camp. They're singing his praises. He's
they got
made
him with the
some
threes.
throws. Yeah, they got him with the threes right now. He's working with the
Who
threes and the
two?
twos. Um, so Jake Hayner, he's our
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
our
yeah,
quarterback we drafted 2 years ago out of Fresno
yeah. I was
State.
gonna say 2 years ago. Yeah, I remember. I remember Jay.
Yeah. He was our fourth round pick from 2 years ago, and so he's been doing some work with the tools. But yeah, no, Spencer Rattler, he's been showing out. Like, there were some issues. Like he loses accuracy sometimes. He does miss high. Um, like there's some things about his not his throwing motion, but his ability to read defenses. There's been some questions about that, but overall, Spencer Rattler been showing out.
I think to me, like I think Spencer Rattler, when he's on, man, when he playing this game, like he could play some good football at the quarterback position. I really liked him at Oklahoma. I liked him at South Carolina too. I like the growth that he was able to, kind of show from one year to the next. And I think with the opportunity, I think he's gonna be able to shine with y'all, man. I also, think Derek Carr don't got much time left, so I think Spencer will be in that role sooner than later.
Yeah, in my opinion, this third year for Derek Carr and DA, I think it's a prove it. I think the challenge that the front office has is for us to at least win the division, and I think that's something that needs to happen for them to retain their position. Um, I don't know. I don't know if we don't have at least in a competitive season competing for the division. I don't know if either of those players get retained. Um, that player and coach, I mean, get retained this year. I just don't see it, especially when we
Um,
had an opportunity to win the division and we only lost because we lost that we lost the tiebreaker against Tampa Bay because we lost to Green Bay and they beat them.
okay, so we had left off on our college football playoffs the last time we was here, man. We was doing our breakdown. We had got through the first round. As soon as I can find this, I be having so much stuff on this computer, bro. This shit good. There it is. So we got through the first round. We got Penn State coming out on top of Notre Dame. Alabama beating James Madison pretty badly. Texas beating Clemson, and we got UCF beating Oregon. Uh, Going into the next round, the first game is Ohio State, Penn State. I think this probably would be one of the best games because this would be first off a Big Ten rematch. And I think I like Ohio State to win this one, but I think Penn State gonna give them a fight. I think Ohio State might overpower them like they do, normally during the regular season with the offense they're able to put up. I think Penn State with the defense they have, they'll be able to with the run game slow it down just a little bit, maybe stay in the game, going into the fourth quarter, maybe in the third, keeping it close. But I ultimately think Ohio State will pull away with this one. What you think, Pop?
Um, for me, it's gonna be Drew Or for Penn State. Um, I think if he has some good projection, I think like you said, I think it will be a fight. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout game because Penn State gonna make you beat them. They ain't gonna let you beat them. They gonna make you beat them, and they're a tough physical football team. I'm gonna get an edge to Penn State with this. It's gonna be a
Ooh.
slight one. Yeah, I'm gonna get an edge to Penn State. I
Mm.
think
Eh,
I don't think it's gonna be like a large gap win. I think it may be like a one score game that comes down to the last few minutes of the game, and they able to pull it out.
Oh man, that's. I don't know if they going into Ohio State and coming out with that dub. Especially with them
Nah,
on the bye.
it'll be neutral ground, bro. The second round
Oh,
will be
that's right.
neutral
That's right.
ground.
The second round is when they start doing the bowl games.
Yeah, yeah. The bowls
Okay.
will be the
All
second
right.
round. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. So
So
what about the?
they'll probably end up taking something on the East Coast. So I'll say they'll be somewhere. Let me see. Let me see the
Yeah.
poll.
But here's
They,
the thing about that.
because Ohio State gets to pick the venue that they attend.
Yeah. So that fans will have a week head start to turn that shit into a home game.
Yeah, because they can buy they'll actually be privy to pick. I think right when it's right when those games are going on, they'll
Right.
pick.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for me. With as much respect that I have for Penn State and what they doing over there, um, I, I can't go against Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State to me, it's gonna be a good game, but I think they'll end up. Yeah, it look like they'll end up playing somewhere, probably the Cotton Bowl, which ain't gonna be too far. What's that? I'm trying to see what this at. Well, Cotton Bowl will be hosted. Oh no, they ain't gonna go to. Oh yeah, it's in Texas. Yeah, it's in Texas, Irving, Texas this year. Is that okay? Yeah, I think yeah, that you right, certified. They'll be able to turn this into a home game. But I think Penn State still will get a little fight though. They'll give them a fight.
Yeah,
They'll run the ball effectively. They'll use the tight end in the quick game. They'll give them a fight. But I just think ultimately at the end of it, it's just gonna be just a little too much for them, man. I think you know all that running, you get hit with a big play. You know how I go for teams like. You've been running all day, and then you get hit over the top for a 50 or 60 yarder, and it's like we can't run no more. We got to put it in his hands. I don't know if he can hold it down enough. I could be wrong though. I don't know if he can. I don't know if Drew Alar can put
yeah.
it on his arm and go get a win. All right, next game on the list would be man, Alabama versus Utah. Utah get to pick the venue, so Alabama probably got to travel to the West Coast.
Hmm.
They probably got to go out. I'm sure if Utah had the opportunity, they probably picking what the Rose Bowl at that point.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I hope so.
I would assume they picking the Rose Bowl, so we can say this venue is at the Rose Bowl. It don't
Where's
matter.
the Fiesta Bowl? Is that in
Oh,
Arizona?
yeah, that's in Arizona though.
Mhm. I
Either
don't know about
one,
that one over
either
here.
one on the West Coast. They would either way. They
Yeah,
going West Coast. Whichever one is option to them, that's where they going. It don't matter though. I don't care that Nick Saban left for nothing. Alabama
Yeah,
should beat the brakes off.
yeah. And Alabama is a team that shows that even if they go west, they can still dominate. So I think this is a team Alabama should handily win.
I definitely think so. I definitely agree with that. Sir,
yeah. Um, I don't think it'll be much of a contest in the second half. Uh, it'll probably be close, but um, Alabama is going to, as much shit as I talk about them, they're going to come with a certain level of physicality that most teams out of conference are going to be a little rattled by, usually. But in the end, man, I think it'll be a double-digit loss for Utah.
I just I just don't know if they got enough. Like
Yeah,
Utah play
Can't.
that old school type of football. You get in that type of tussle with Alabama, it might get a little rough for you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to score points. You're gonna have to score points.
And you gotta be able to stop them from scoring points at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Utah can make a stop or two, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to give them an edge over Alabama.
I think the problem pop, you gonna get them early stops, but when they get hot, that's when I'm worried. Can you get a stop when they rolling, when they steady punching on you, and you need you down 10 going in the last 3 minutes of the third, and you need to stop the bleeding, and they driving. Can you get a stop and get your offense the ball back and keep the game close? And that's why I'm scared for Utah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like, is that back end of the defense gonna hold up against the wide receivers? Because the wide receivers gonna have that speed, and will you be able to cover them? Will you be able to put your hands on them, kind of bump them off their route to give yourself a little bit of edge and being able to cover the routes and stuff like that? And I just don't think Utah has that on the back
One
end of
thing
their
I do
defense.
like about their head coach, I know what type of offense he bringing. He gonna let Jalen throw that deep ball. You know what I'm saying? He gonna let him air it out a little bit. And that's just like you said. That's why I'm a little like, you gonna get out there and get toasted up? And then if you do how do you fight back? Once you get hit a couple times, can you punch back? It's gonna be hard to see, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know if they got enough fight for it. I don't know if they got enough fight for it. All right, so that's this is a good game. Georgia versus Texas. Now this might be the Fiesta Bowl right here. Nope, Georgia get the pick. So this in Atlanta for sure. This is an Atlanta game for sure. Um, dang. I'm gonna let somebody. So you want to go first?
You. So what you saying? You think they might pick the Peach Bowl just to have it in Atlanta?
Yeah, they taking Atlanta, bro.
You
You
think
know for
so?
sure.
That'd be kind of
I,
bold though to go with the Peach Bowl.
hey,
But I mean the money gonna come regardless, so I don't think it really matter. Um,
I ain't saying money.
ah,
I'm talking about proximity to home.
yeah.
The
No, but
ability to,
usually,
because like you
team.
ain't gotta adjust nothing. Like Georgia wouldn't have to adjust nothing. That's a bus ride for them. A short bus ride
Yeah.
to
Nah,
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I just feel like sometimes teams want to take the like I can see Notre Dame taking the Rose Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like the tradition joints. But if you don't have a tradition with a bowl, I guess it's really not gonna matter. I mean, because shit, actually, you gonna help the Peach Bowl probably gonna get the type of ratings they don't usually get.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everybody. I mean, it kind of make the bowl games kind of irrelevant at this point,
Why you
you
say that?
know, because you could pick and choose which one you want to use as far as like the
Well, well,
location.
well. Only the second round teams, the bye teams, get the pick. I mean, the first round is home, obviously. The
Yeah, I
second
mean,
you get the
yeah.
pick, and then the rest of them is assigned. But I mean, I guess it
You
is
know
a,
what I'm
it
saying?
could be a
Because it's
flaw.
like
Could be a
you
flaw.
you could put the Orange Bowl and the Peach Bowl on the same level, and they're not.
Right. 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 But I don't think. But I think the predominant bowls are going to be the bowls that have the rights. So I don't know if it'll be like the Peach Bowl or not. I think it's going to be like the four predominant. Rose Bowl. Um, you said
Orange Sugar,
Fiesta, Orange, Sugar, and
I think it's Fiesta, right? Was it
Yeah,
Fiesta or Cotton?
think it's Cotton. I could be wrong though, but
but
I
it's going to be
think
the four biggest ones though.
so. What that would be the Fiesta.
It says Orange, Rose, Cotton, Fiesta. That's what they got listed
Mm,
here.
Oh, so Sugar's out. Okay,
I
okay.
think
I
Rose
never
and
knew
Sugar will
that.
be. I think Rose and Sugar will be the final two round, like the when you go down to the two. I think Rose and Sugar
Mm-hmm.
will get those two. So when you the one before the final, so the next round, I think you'll get Rose Sugar Bowl, and then wherever they host the national championship.
I agree with that because if I recall, those are the two bowl games before you get to the national championship.
Because the Rose Bowl has a date that they have to play their game on, sir. They
Yeah,
won't allow you
they
to play it any earlier, or any later.
yeah, you play the date, you play New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's.
Oh, okay.
It's
So I
always
think
on
I
New
think
Year's.
that being that way helped them set up the rest of it. So if you make it to the what is that semifinals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you make it to the semifinals, you play in the Rose, and then the next game you play will be the national championship.
And the Rose Bowl gonna want the most prestigious of the games. They want
That's why they
the
look. That's why they want that semifinal game. We don't want you just picking to come here and you bring JMU in here and get slaughtered
yeah,
out. Nah, we
yeah,
want to make sure whoever win this going to the natty, to the big
yeah,
house.
yeah. Cause I
You won't
think the
come in
Rose,
here and get 56-10.
cause ain't the Rose Bowl the last bowl game that's played?
Yes, the last bowl game before the natty.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
they
I
gonna
think the
want
Rose Bowl will
the.
be the semi for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I
They ain't just
agree.
letting anybody come in there. I agree with you on that part. Like they ain't just letting anybody just pick to come in here and play no game. Nah, nah.
Nah, cause I think what was the Rose Bowl was Alabama and Michigan last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that was the best of the matchups that you
Facts.
had.
Facts. Facts. It's a tricky situation, man, because you know those bowls got some type of prestige to them too. You know what I mean? And some of them, you know, they got guys that's behind it
Oh
as
man,
far as
fuck out of here.
boosters and they don't want you just having anything going on in they facility. They want to make sure that the prestige of they bowl is still being held to a high level.
Facts, facts. Cause like growing up, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, like those are bowl games that meant something that mattered.
And what it was people dream like on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, that want to go play in the Rose Bowl, to have that
Mhm,
rose in their mouth at the end of that game, man, standing there with the orchestra, man,
mhm,
in the Coliseum. You hear me?
mhm. Yeah, so them bowl games really do mean something, not only for the programs but to the players as well.
You know how? Hey, look, I know the oranges was heavy, but you know how good it felt to hold that trophy full of oranges and walk across to the middle of that field and stand there and take that team picture.
Mhm.
Some of them bowls games mean something. Like you know what really I found I ain't never watched the Duke mayonnaise bowl until like maybe 2 years ago. I didn't know they was pouring mayonnaise on people and stuff. I was like, this wow, bro. It's so wild.
Yeah, nah, some of these bowl game names in themselves is just crazy, bruh.
The Pop Tart bowl. It's a bunch of little Pop Tarts all over the field. Oh, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess you know you gotta do something to be, you know, to keep the relevance of your bowl. You gotta have something stapled to it.
Yeah.
It was hilarious though. I had never watched the Duke mayonnaise bowl until like 2 years ago. I'm like, what is they doing? Why is people getting covered in? Oh, okay, well, alrighty. This is an interesting way to celebrate football. Okay, so the next game. Oh yeah, we were still talking about the Georgia Texas
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. So, mm, this could easily be a good game and a blowout at the same time. I think it depends on the type of Texas team we're gonna get coming off of that win that they're gonna have. Um, and this is with the thought that Ewers is able to replicate that production he gonna have from last game. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. And I think Georgia comes out as the winner with this. I just think the talent that Georgia is gonna have is just gonna be a little too much for Texas. I think it'll probably be close in the first half of the game when you're filling each other out, stuff like that. But I think the adjustments that Georgia is gonna be able to make is gonna eventually overrun the Texas defense.
I'm kind of fine with you, Pop, because I'm like, I just don't know if Texas going. I mean, obviously they played good football last year, but going into this environment with Georgia, especially Georgia coming off the season they had last year, where you know what I'm saying they didn't really have um like the greatest ending like they usually do. They didn't really get the chance to go, and they lost to they lost to Alabama in the SEC title game. So I just don't know. That's a well-oiled machine sometimes. And Texas is gonna have to come in there and play almost flawless. I mean,
Yeah,
it
and
could
that's
come down to the wire, but it could also, like you said, be a blowout. It could get real ugly real early.
yeah, and it's
I'm,
all gonna be dependent on Texas because we know what Georgia gonna bring. So
yeah, they,
is
they come with
Texas
the they
gonna be
come with
able
the
to?
ready.
Mm-hmm. They come in there to stomp some. So is Texas gonna be able to compete with that? I don't know if they'll be able to do that against Georgia team.
Sir, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I ain't know, bro. I'm checking on you, good brother. You know what I'm saying? You was
Man, I'm still here, dog. I think I've gone probably 2 miles.
oh man, you in the stand still.
Yeah, man. I told you 3 lanes shut down. So uh, I was supposed to been home at one like 1:15. I still got like an hour and a half without traffic.
Ooh.
So hopefully
Josh
I'm getting
Allen in the
closer.
game? Why? Okay, well,
Uh, oh God.
he playing. It ain't no one series playing either. Like this look like this is second series. I
Oh,
don't know why.
so he about to show what he can do
I
without
don't
Diggs.
know. I don't, they just stopped him on fourth down. I guess
Uh,
maybe that's his last drive right now.
oh man, they closing them HOP,
I don't
man.
listen. That's one thing I never like with preseason. I don't want to see like the first preseason game. I don't really want to see the stars too long. I just need you to warm up. You know what I mean? Basically, fill it out, get off the field. I'm cool with that. You shouldn't be in. You know what I'm saying? Going into the 7 minute mark of the first quarter. Like, what the hell? I don't know how y'all feel about starters, but I don't think like your quarterback, your superstars. I don't think they should play that a lot in the
Yeah.
preseason. That's just me personally. They got a routine. They get ready. You know what I mean? They making sure they're taking care of their body well. They doing everything. They've been doing it for a while.
I like them if they do play. I like them playing the last game of the preseason to kind of get them some action before the season start. Um, but that's it. I don't want them playing long, like maybe a series or two. That's it. But just get them some actual gameplay. Before we kick the season off. But I don't want them playing long term in the preseason because that's how you could potentially injure a key player on your team and they out for the year. And now you kind of scrambling and fumbling to fill that hole that's gonna be left.
Facts. So you like to see your starters play or not play at all?
I don't want to see any of my starters play. Maybe where the way it's looking, the rookie we drafted in the 5th round, Puny. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
he,
yeah. Puny.
he might
Yeah, the
be
lineman.
playing. Yeah, he might be starting at right tackle. So, he needs as many reps as he can possibly get. Him and McKivitz. So, we'll see. But I don't know what they're doing with Feliciano. I don't know if he's moving to center or if he's staying at guard. But yeah, those the only two guys I really want to get snaps. I don't even want Jair Brown out there, but I'm pretty sure he will be.
Did you pick out of Georgia, Texas? Did you pick?
I mean Georgia. I'm gonna go Georgia. Like Pop said, I don't know. I don't know what Texas is gonna have in the bag, but I have an idea of what Georgia's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So until they show me otherwise, so yeah, Georgia.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, the last game is
Mm-mm.
Florida State versus UCF.
Oh, well,
I think this is gonna be a fight. I ain't gonna need a lot to you. I really, if listen, if this game could happen for real, I would love to watch this. The battle of Florida right here, like the up and coming school versus the vetted school. It could be interesting.
yeah,
I don't know if UCF. I just don't know. I know UCF got enough offense. Their defense is what I got questions about. I don't know if their defense could hang if my offense looked like it should. I just don't know if they can stand in the paint. I know their offense can go, blow for blow with damn near any team. But that defense is. I see that defense give up 40 points, 50 points a couple times in a very underperforming conference than the ACC.
right, right. A lot of these dudes play ball together, play ball versus each other, so it's gonna be a high intensity for sure. I pretty much agree with everything you said. Their defense is subpar. I'm not sure exactly what they could do to turn the table or turn a corner so much or so fast in like one recruiting class. So like you said, they could put up points, but when they are going up against more balanced teams that do have the talent and capability of putting up points, they tend to struggle. So another one of those, it'll be close early and pull away late in probably late in the third, early fourth. Florida State, go nose
If they could get this game to be played in Florida, oh man,
at the Orange
I think
bro,
Bowl.
this be, I think this
bro,
would be the Orange Bowl.
bro.
Yo,
If this could be an Orange Bowl game, bro, I know that stadium gonna be rocking. I
yeah,
know
man,
it,
yeah,
man.
man. They gonna have to have
Um,
extra security up in that bitch.
yeah, bro.
Them
But yeah,
souls don't know
nah.
how to act.
Yeah, but I think the atmosphere of the game, I think that's gonna be a fantastic game. But overall, I think to the point that y'all made, I don't know if the UCF defense is gonna be able to slow down Florida State's offense enough to stop the bleeding that's gonna happen in the game.
Yeah,
Because if Florida State offense gets rolling, one or two stops, that's not gonna really turn the tide uh of the points that y'all gonna put up against that defense. So yeah, I think FSU wins this game. I think they'll probably 1-2 scores up because I don't think defensively UCF has what it takes to completely shut down the Florida State offense.
Hey, I got a question for y'all about preseason. So do they like discuss with like I guess the opposing team whether they playing starters or not?
I think so.
I guess they got to turn the list in, but prior
Yeah.
to them turning the list in, because you don't got to turn the list in until like an hour or two before the game. So prior
I
to
don't
that,
know
do
if
they
they
discuss it?
I don't think I don't think they discuss it with each other. Um,
The only reason I asked Pop is because I noticed like the teams that did play their starters on offense, the opposing team played their starters on defense, and kind of vice versa.
yeah, I don't know if they talk, but I think the teams make a list and then they come up with a decision on how they're gonna start the game. I think that happens.
Because I just, I said Josh Allen in, but I noticed Caleb Williams is still in too, and I mean, it's going into the it's like 6 minutes left in the 4 minutes left in the first, and they still playing. So I was just wondering
Yeah,
maybe did they.
that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know that information for you. Yeah, I don't know, but that's possible.
Um, yeah, I think I agree with you, Paul. I think that game, Florida State UCF, the energy in that building, oh my god, it'll be epic proportions. I think that'll be probably one of the most popular bowl games of the whole little run because it's gonna go crazy in there for sure.
Hmm.
It's gonna go
And
crazy.
I know both fan bases go travel well to that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
especially if it's in Florida. Oh
oh
my,
yeah, oh yeah. So
it's gonna be packed out.
yeah, yeah, I think that game, I think that would be the most energetic game that you're gonna have out of this round is that matchup.
I ain't gonna lie, sir. I had to be at that one. I ain't gonna need cap. I'm gonna have to go to that
Man.
one. If that happened for real, I had to be there for sure. I couldn't miss that. Well, I mean,
Oh, is that it? Oh, I made it to the front. No, I fucking didn't. I just made. I no, I dodged the fucking accident, dog. An accident happened during the fucking accident. Jesus.
oh man, you thought you passed the accident, but it's a
Yeah, I
new
thought I
accident.
passed it. Yep. Damn. The lady was coming into the lane and made contact with a semi. Stupid. Stupid.
Hey, Caleb really playing this game like you know what I'm saying. He really trying to get his feel.
I think that's good for him though.
Yeah, he's
Um,
scrambling and everything. He's scrambling. He's sliding. You know what I'm saying, off platform throws, a little bit of everything.
yeah, I think that's good for him to get a feel for the NFL game. I think that's good
I,
for him.
man, I just he's like the new Cam Newton for me, man. Like people just want him to fail so bad, and it's disgusting. You know, um, I hope he kills it. I hope he is an MVP finalist.
I don't know about that.
I ain't say
Seeing,
he will be. I said I hope.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
Just to prove
yeah,
the haters wrong. Just to prove the
Yeah,
haters
yeah.
man,
wrong.
because
Nah,
all I
but
ever hear is he's so cocky. He's so arrogant. Like y'all don't be saying that shit about them white boys. But
hey,
let me shut up.
hey, yeah, we don't have to touch on that. But I think Caleb Williams he gonna do all right, especially with the Bears have built around him. I think they really built a team for him to succeed in, and I think he's gonna do really well in the league. Yeah, he gonna have his rookie mistakes and stuff like that, but I think he gonna put up a great showing this year and be able to prove them doubters wrong. Now I'm not gonna say he ain't gonna have no haters because I think people still gonna hate on him for whatever reason, but I think he gonna be able to knock off some of them narratives that's being said about him. And I
Listen,
don't care about his
I know it's
arrogance. I don't care about his cockiness. I love seeing quarterbacks that are confident in their skills and their talent and they showcase that.
Yeah.
I just watched the series, right? I know it ain't gonna get talked about that last play, but everybody say that man be trying to be off platform. He stood in that pocket, stood in the pocket. He seen it was nothing gonna happen inside the pocket. And then he finally scrolled out to try to find something. I really liked it. I really liked it that because everybody was telling me, "Oh man, he got to be running around to make throws." He was literally trying to make the throw from the pocket. He made a few throws from the pocket.
Man, my first game watching him, it was Oklahoma, Texas. It was Oklahoma, Texas. Spencer Rattler wasn't really doing well. Threw a couple picks in that game. They sat Rattler down for Caleb Williams, and he took that game over. So I know what type of talent he is, and I know what he can bring to a team. So I think it's good for him to get his feet wet with this preseason game, especially because I think this might be the only game he plays in for the rest of the preseason. I think it's good for him to kind of get this action.
You think this would be his only game?
I think he might play a little bit, but I don't see them playing him a whole lot for the rest of the preseason. I think he might play a little bit next game, but that's it. Like maybe a series or two. But I think this is the game
Is
where
Josh Allen warming up to come back out here again?
this still the first half.
Yeah, the first
Mm,
quarter just about over. It's like maybe 2 minutes left.
mm.
Okay, so it's the first
They're
quarter.
probably
Yeah.
freaking out, boy. Bills Mafia. What are we doing?
Bro, look, he had the baseball cap on, so I was like, okay, maybe he done. And then I seen him like
Yeah.
throwing the ball. I'm like, what's going on? Is he what? Is he coming back out here? I could be wrong though. Maybe he was just warming up with the backup or something.
Who is the backup
Nah.
over there?
Oh, for the Bills? Ooh, wee.
Is Trubisky still over
Is
there?
it still Trubisky?
I think Trubisky might be still over there. Hmm.
Yeah, it's Mitch. Yeah, it's Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's crazy to see Mitchell Trubisky as a backup for the Bills.
They like him. He likes the situation. Hey, I'm glad he
I'm more
found
talk
somewhere
about like where
to.
he came from, Pop. Like
Oh
just a
yeah,
few years
yeah.
ago, he was like
The
top of the top.
we don't
Now
have to talk
he
about that Bears draft because you drafted him and you still had somebody else left on the board.
Jesus.
But yeah, because I think
Everybody team got it because I know the Eagles definitely did a debacle when they drafted Jalen Rager and JJ Arthur-Whiteside. How you leave Justin
ooh,
Jefferson and DK Metcalf on the board? What is wrong with y'all?
DK followed to the second round. That was crazy, but he went to a team I think uses his talents well. But that Jalen Rager before JJ is that's crazy.
I just want
Cause I
to listen. I just
Cause
want the
dead
draft
ass, I
story
think he
later.
was the next pick. Y'all pick Jalen Rager. Cause I swear to you, Smitty, I thought y'all was gonna draft Justin. I
Me
swear,
too.
I thought y'all was gonna draft Justin. When y'all draft Jalen Rager, I said, what the fuck?
How we
Here
got
we
to the
go.
pick, I was like, look, I was on the phone with my brother, and he was like, "Who you think we taking?" I said, "Bro, it's only one pick. What are you talking about? We taking Justin Jefferson." He said, "Oh yeah, you right." When Jalen Rager came across my screen, bro, I hung up the phone on this man. I didn't even
I
know what to say. I
laughed.
was like, "Who the?" I was like, "Jalen Rager from TC. He was a bum at TCU." Oh,
Well, he did all right. He was one of them names that was talked about as being a first round talent, especially going into the
yeah.
combine. Jalen Rager was one of them names. However, I still thought Jettas was the best wide receiver. in in my opinion, I thought he was the best wide receiver in that class.
That was a Howie
Like
Roseman
people could,
pick, man. Howie
yeah,
Roseman did some dumb ish.
people could say that's a LSU bias, but I'm just saying I thought he was the best wide receiver. What has he showcased?
I thought he was too. And what number Josh Allen was? 17?
Yeah.
I think
He's
so.
still out there. He's still out there.
Mm.
With 1 minute
So
and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, he's still out there throwing the rock
okay,
around.
okay. I don't think he plays the rest of the game. I think second quarter they probably switch out to Mitch.
Yeah.
This is the longest I've seen any game with the starters playing.
Nah,
So
I've
he
seen a
out there with
couple
his
of
offensive line.
preseason.
Well,
of
good.
course, of
Well,
course
Pop,
he
I'll
is.
say this the longest good team I've seen with their starters.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Teams that's competing for, you know, I can understand the Bears still having their starters on the field. I can understand like the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? It's a few teams out there. I'm like, okay, you got your
But
starters
I'll
in. I
say
see why.
this for the Bills, I think this is good for them, especially with Josh getting some actual game work with his wide receiver core, because you know they lost a lot on the offensive side of the ball. I think they still only have Khalil Shakir. Um, I'm talking about, and I'm
And
just
the
talking about
tight ends.
strictly just the wide receivers. They only have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir that was on the team last year. They have a lot of new wide receiver pieces, and I think this is good for Josh Allen to get some work with them. Because
They two
I
top
think,
guys gone, man. That's crazy to think about.
yeah, so I think like losing a Stephon Diggs, losing a Gabe Davis, I think that matters. And I think him getting working with this new core, because I think it's Keon Coleman, I think Curtis Samuel's over there as
How did
Mm-hmm.
they
well.
look? Did you see Coleman out there? How he look?
Look good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the game. I'm gonna watch the I will watch a lot of these games
That
while
whole
I get
offense
ready
look
to
good,
watch.
man. And it look like they look like you know they got a little trickery coming in. They just did it like a little middle screen with Shakir. He kind of like threw it around the DN, and you know what I'm saying, it looked good. I think they're gonna have some things going on. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I picked up Shakir in my dynasty league.
Yeah.
I think he gonna have a breakout season. Him and Coleman gonna have a good season. They're gonna be the number one and number two.
Yeah, I like Shakir last year. I picked him up in a dynasty league. He got a little bit of playing time. Um, he had a couple of games, nothing consistent enough for him to like I think remain in a starting position. Um, unless you're in like a 14 or plus deep uh fantasy league. But yeah, he showed some flashes last year and I liked him. So I think he'll get more opportunities, especially like I said with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs leaving the squad. Because I don't think they have Deontay Hardy over there either. So yeah, there's a lot of new wide receiver weapons for Josh Allen to become familiar with.
But I might be wrong. That might not have been Keon I seen, bro. I don't see Keon on the field right now. Might not have been him I seen. Is he out there? Let me double check because I don't want to be wrong now. Maybe that was Shakir that had the little pass. I thought I seen Keon kept. I think he gonna have a. I think. I don't know, man.
This
I know
is funny.
I love to hate them boys, but I just Jesus Christ.
What? What's going on?
I'm just talking about the Bills. Like I love to hate them, but I also want to see them. That was an ugly pass. What was you doing, Josh?
You want to
I
see
want to see
what?
him do well. I
Why?
want to see him do well because of Keon Coleman.
Man, fuck out of here. Listen, you
Because
think I want?
Keon.
Listen, them motherfuckers get Braden Fisk and Jared Verse. I hope both of them niggas are bust.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and
listen,
and
listen.
and
No, that's different. Hold on,
uh
that's different. Hey, look. Hold on.
what
That's
what what
different.
what
They are in the
what's the nigga name? I'll
see,
run it back.
them two right there in
Bro,
the
not
NFC. I
only
don't want to
are
see the
they
Rams
in
do
your
good.
conference, they are in your division. I
Right,
know it
though.
Yeah,
makes
And
Church
hey,
sick.
and the and our running back went to Arizona.
Yep,
Trey
Trey
Benson.
Vincent. Yep.
yeah.
I hope that nigga a bust too. I
Listen, I
wanted
don't hope
Trey
the player a
Benson,
bust. I
dog.
just hope the team a bust.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm cool with them two teams not being successful. I don't care about the Bills being successful in the season. I don't play them.
I say this. I hope that Trey Benson's abilities do not equate to wins for the Arizona Cardinals, and I also wish the same thing for Jerry Verse and Brandon
Did you
Fisk
see Jared
for
Verse
the.
though?
Yeah, man. I mean, but he was going up
Oh
against a
my!
guard, so I ain't really, I don't
I mean,
even know.
he still blowed
Yeah,
him up bad. I said,
yeah. I
Jesus
mean, well,
Christ.
he's strong as an ox, man, and his bull rush is, you know, I think that's gonna be his meat and potatoes. But he gonna have to add something to the repertoire.
Yep, or he gonna end up like Jalen Carter last year.
Or Yannick
Jalen Carter,
Ngakwe. They was like,
yeah,
you run at
just
him, he can't do nothing.
you just and then the what happened last year to George, I mean Jalen Carter, people just like, okay, you only got one move, so I'm gonna prepare for that one move and then see what you do. And he was just didn't have a second move. It wasn't nothing to do. It was ugly. You got to get a bag, man. You gotta have a bag. When you if you're gonna be on that defensive end, you gotta have a bag.
And that's a fact.
Coming in there
That's
without a bag, those guards, those tackles, some of the best in the country at what they do, man. You ain't got a bag,
mm-hmm,
it ain't. Hey, look, them boys gonna start pushing you in the dirt.
mm-hmm. And I think the Rams gonna need him to have that back because you losing. They lost the generational talent on that line, and so you gonna need to have them players give you a tenth of what he gave you because I don't think you can replace a type of talent like that with just a couple players. I think you don't need that line as a whole to be able to give you what he brought.
Right, right. They gonna need that. They gonna need at least you gonna need both of them to be, you know what I'm saying, decent this year for sure. Brandon Fisk and you gonna need Jared Verse for that
Mm.
defensive line to get the production you need for that defense. Because I don't really know if they secondary is that.
Well,
You know what I
I'll say
mean?
this. I think Trey White over there. I think if
And
you
they
get
brought in what's the call it too? From the Commanders, Pop, the safety
Curl,
Curl.
Cameron Curl,
Yeah, they
yeah,
got Cam.
uh, yeah. So I think if you get a healthy Trey White and he can give you some production, because I think Trey is like in his 30s now. Um, if you could get some solid production out of Trey, I think the back end of their defense could be solid. Um, it's just to me, it's that D line. You losing Aaron Donald, bro. Like that's a big loss, and I don't care what any of these Rams is telling me. Like that's a loss, and you got two rookies that's on your line right now, and I don't think you should expect them to have these otherworldly type of production this year. I think you just need solid play. You need them to stay healthy, and I think you need that defensive line to give you that that production you need. So I think that's a big question for the Rams going into the year is what is your defensive line gonna give you? And also you have a new defensive coordinator. It's an in-house guy whose name I don't have off the top of my line because Raheem Morris became the head coach with the Falcons. So it's an in-house guy with the Rams now. What type of defensive scheme are you going to be running? What type of defensive player are you? So that's a big question um, for the Rams because we already know what Sean McVay gonna do with that offense. We know, especially with Nakua coming on the scene like he did last year. We know. So it's really that defensive side of the ball for the Rams. It's like, can you answer the questions and concerns that you have on that side of the ball?
You need them rookies to step up at this point.
For sure.
I ain't gonna say
For
you need them
sure.
to be all stars or Pro Bowlers this year, but you need them to at least be all top of the rookie class at least performing well.
At bare minimum, the floor, they have to be starters. They have to be
Mhm.
starters.
Mhm.
I mean, because Aaron Donald was their best player. And
Mhm.
although he was, what, 32, 31, 32, he had no signs of slowing down whatsoever. Um,
That's crazy that he walked away at the peak of his game like that.
yeah. So,
But he
you
said
know,
that my thing is people weren't really listening to Aaron Donald because he said that a few years ago in some interviews. Like, hey, listen, if I walk away, I want to be at the top. I still want to be at the top. I don't want to.
Nah, I heard
like
him
some
say
of
it,
these,
Pop.
you know.
I heard him say it, but you know what it is. You don't see many people follow through with it. So when he did it, it's just like, dang, he really did it.
Mhm.
He really said. He said it. He was like, after I get a ring, man, if I don't feel like it's nothing else for me to accomplish, man, I'm gonna walk away at the top. And you just don't believe like Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? Him saying like this might be his last year. You know what I'm saying? Next year. You know what I'm saying? This might be his last contract. You just like what?
Mhm. Yeah, and that's what I'm like. Cowboys fans gotta prepare because Michael Parsons been saying the same thing.
Nah, he
Michael
ain't going
Parsons
nowhere.
been no, I'm not talking about this year. I'm just saying like prepare later
Early,
on. Yeah,
early.
yeah.
You
Even when
want to
he's at
Luke
the top of
Kuechly?
his game, yeah, yeah. He wanted if he retired when he get he said he even said there's an age when he gets to a certain age he's gonna retire because he wants to still make sure he's at the top of his game when he leaves. So and Michael Parsons has said that in multiple interviews. So I'm just saying like I think he'll have another contract, maybe another two contracts, but just prepare yourself.
Yeah, Aaron Donald did what he had to do. He said he wanted a championship. He got it. It's time to go.
I'm just saying what he had 10 years in the league.
Yeah, something like
10
that, right?
years
10.
is it was one of the most dominant defensive players that we've seen in his generation.
Okay, they go Keon. They go Keon. Keon in with the twos. He wasn't in
Mm.
with the ones. He in with the twos, but he got two catches so far. Sir,
Oh, okay.
he in with Mitch.
And
Okay,
with
I
the
see.
twos, huh?
Yeah, he in with the
Yeesh.
twos, man.
Yikes.
Look, it's all right. It's all right. You know, but they got
Mm.
MVS in. They got Keon Coleman.
MVS is over. Oh yeah.
Yeah, MVS. Yeah. I
Okay.
heard, bro. I heard some craziness the other day. Somebody said, "We gonna show y'all what the Chiefs should have did with MVS." I died laughing. I said, bro, his ability to get open was schemed perfectly by Andy Reid. You can't scheme them hands to catch though.
That that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, yeah, he got the speed, but you dropping passes that's touching your hands. Like, that can't happen, bro. Like,
Yeah. Uh, man, we had an hour and 30 minutes. We anything else y'all got for the people, man?
Ah, no.
nah, just thank you for tapping in. Thank you for showing us love. We appreciate the support. Love being here with y'all.
So I,
Hey
I
man, if
want to
y'all
say,
haven't already, follow the Twitter check down page. We're gonna be, we trying to work on some things to engage with the people throughout the NFL season. So if you follow the page, we're gonna be running some spaces and things of that nature. So just stay tuned. We'll be putting some info out and we will predate some of them so y'all can set your reminders, man, and pop out and tune in with us and have a good time.
right.
Yes.
So I want to thank everybody for coming through. I want to encourage everybody to eat your fruit, drink your water, go outside, let the sun hit your sin. And yeah, man, see y'all next week.
Say that again, sir. What was the last part?
What? I fucked it up.
Bro, you said
What I say? Let the sun touch your skin.
no, you said let the sun sink your sin. You
I
said
know. Okay.
what was the
Something
separation?
about sinning, huh? Uh,
Nah, but yeah, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Y'all come back next weekend. Tune in with us. We'll be back to the regular scheduled program, man, and get into some more of this football, more preseason. We tuning in on the coming. We are counting down on the arrival of the beginning of the college season very soon, and followed by that, you have your NFL. So we love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Stay tuned in. Peace.